Hi. Well, several things have happened that are very interesting. I hope you're having a great day and you're finding yourself relaxed, comfortable with friends and a loving family. One of the things I'm going to talk about is the International Criminal Court has requested approval to put out an arrest warrant for Netanyahu, the head of Israel, for his actions in starving people as a method of winning the war. Starvation is very horrible. If you've ever had a period where you couldn't eat for whatever reason, you know that starvation is miserable, and it is your body eating itself. It's trying to find food, and if you can't find that food, it is day after day of horrendous discomfort, pain, so miserable. So anyway, the International Criminal Court is seeking to find and arrest Netanyahu. Now, this is the same thing they put out for Putin for his invasion of the Ukraine. So we'll see if that goes through. Now, I was told that neither the United States nor Israel is is subject to the International Criminal Court, but that Gaza, Palestine, is a member. So because Palestine is a member, they can go through and seek this approval. Next, Red Lobsters are closing all over the place. I haven't been to a Red Lobster in probably 20 years, but Red Lobster, favorite for many people, and if that is one of your favorites, it is closing. One of the things they said that put Red Lobster in a bad financial situation, such that they were financially not able to continue, is that they were having these all-you-can-eat shrimp days, and people were eating too much shrimp, and it really put a hurt on their finances. So Red Lobster, as far as I know, is leaving the mix. The next thing I've heard is that during testimony today in Donald Trump's financial fraud case, where they are investigating his crookedly, illegally fixing his accounting books in order to catch and kill. That means he catches a bad story about him that somebody can prove, and then he pays for it, and then he hides it so that nobody can use the information, find the information to use against him. And this was done with Stormy Daniels, with his use of a prostitute. He paid Stormy, I think, $130,000. Then he paid his fixer, Michael Cohen, $100,000 or more to cook the books, and plus there were other costs that Michael Cohen got, such as increased income tax debt. So he also had to pay that to Michael Cohen. So I'm not exactly sure how much he paid to Michael Cohen, but it was a lot of money. And that is illegal. And, there might have been an extra tax write-off for Trump by doing that. So there might be all kinds of things that Trump benefited from by changing his books and hiding this sexual stuff. And during testimony today, May 20th, 2024, it is said in the news that Michael Cohen admits that he has in the past stolen from Donald Trump's corporation. I don't know what he stole. I don't know how much he stole. I don't know how often he stole. I don't know anything about who's stealing what from that corporation. But considering that nobody does accounting, Trump doesn't know anything about accounting. His son, Donald Trump Jr. says he doesn't know anything about accounting. He just hires accountants and signs whatever they put out, so they're probably stealing. And the other son, Eric, says he doesn't know anything about accounting, although he also went to business school at the Wharton School of Business. But he says he doesn't know anything about accounting. He just pours concrete. And they both said that in the other New York fraudulent accounting trial. So there you go. What is going on with that Trump Corporation? It is just a mess. And it shows that Trump should not be allowed to take care of any public money. He doesn't know what he's doing, and everybody's stealing, and no one knows how to monitor the accounting according to these past trials. Things they have admitted themselves. These aren't things that are just alleged. These are things they have admitted themselves during the cases. Another thing that is going on, President Biden did a commencement speech at Morehouse, a very, very well recognized school for black men, back when white schools would not accept blacks as students. Morehouse was created, and it did everything to help the black students. It's been underfunded for a long time. A lot of these students that graduate from Morehouse don't make huge salaries, so they don't get a lot of money pledged to the school after students graduate. But hopefully in the future it will be better. Anyway, Biden has said he is going to increase the amount of money that will be available to historically black colleges and universities in order to keep and improve the quality of education that the schools make available to minority students. And you know, these historically black colleges and universities, originally they were 100% black, but over the years they have more and more of a normal mix of students. So you will find a lot of white students at these historical black colleges and universities. And so he isn't just helping blacks, he's helping all of the students that go to these schools. In addition, Biden is helping to get rid of some of these student loan debts that are hindering people from advancing after they graduate. A lot of times you get these student loans, they have interest rates from the minute you get them, and the students go out, they might have reasons they can't get a good job, or they get a job but it's not paying them enough in order to pay back the debt as well as pay for other things. They need to have a quality life plus raise their children. So they get stuck in these debt cycles that are unending. Some people are paying off their student loan debts up until the time that they retire. And even in retirement, of course, you're not going to be able to have extra money to pay off an old student loan debt. So Biden is going to go through and help pay off these debts. They deserve to be gotten rid of. A lot of times the schools were overpriced anyway. I think Harvard now charges about $60,000 a year. That is the cost of a house in some places in the United States. And it is, of course, impossible if you have one or more children and they want to go to college and they get sucked in and want to go to one of these very, very expensive schools, which promises them a great income after they graduate. Of course, that doesn't always come true. Sometimes they graduate and they find out, even though they went to Harvard, they still have trouble getting the jobs that they pictured they were going to get, sometimes because of racism. So whatever Biden is pushing to help get rid of these student loan debts, these old student loan debts, and I think that's a good thing. People are much more informed now about debt, and I think students have more options and people can make better decisions as to whether or not they want to take on these debts than they did, years ago. Back years ago, the students were offered a lot of things and they really didn't have any coaching or information that would warn them about how these student loan debts could ruin their lives in the future. So anyway, that is something else that came out in the news today. Let's see, is there anything else? Trump media, according to the news, Donald Trump's DJT on the stock market lost more than $300 million last quarter. But they seem to be doing okay. I mean, they're getting pumped up by the Chinese who are investors in Trump media and who are major stockholders. So Trump media will probably still go up and down, even though currently it seems that it has a huge loss. I do predict that as soon as the 6-month hold where Donald Trump can't sell any of his stock is up, I predict Trump will go in there and try to get as much cash out as he can, and I predict that stock will go down. But we'll have to see whether or not it goes down or not. What else is there that happened? There's a lot of hype out there in the media that when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were in Nigeria, they took free airline privileges from Air Peace, a Nigerian-run airline, very new, and that they are claiming that the person who owns Air Peace is wanted for financial fraud and that he was lying on applications to banks. Well, I had to laugh at this one. This is so stupid. First of all, this is just racism. They clearly do not want this Nigerian company to be successful, so the media in these countries such as the United States and Britain are coming out against it. Of course, Britain is very upset because they did a favor for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and they wanted to retaliate. But both countries don't want to see Nigeria with its own airlines, a successful airlines. So they're coming out with all of this, saying that people, insinuating that if you fly on this airline, you're doing something horrible. But yet, this is the exact same thing that Trump was on trial for. In his first New York State case, he was on trial for cooking the books, making all kinds of lies to the bank, saying he had more money than he did, lying on his application forms to the bank, and working with others, with accountants and all kinds of people. So this is a conspiracy. He was doing a conspiracy to fraudulently take money out of the banks. And then people were trying to say, well, that's okay because he has money. Well, this guy in Nigeria is very wealthy. He has money also. So you can't say it's right for Trump and it's wrong for the head of Air Peace in Nigeria. You have to take a side. And for so many people to want to take the side of Trump and still say that this man is financially qualified to be president and to handle all of our money, well, you have to then say, you have to drop all these charges against this Nigerian man who is starting up an air piece in Nigeria, and that what Meghan and Harry did, it was like taking a ride on Donald Trump's airplane. If they had taken a ride with Donald Trump, they would have had the exact same problem, because Donald Trump was accused of financial fraud, bank fraud, lying, conspiracy, everything. So I have to laugh when they're trying to make a big deal out of this airplane ride that Prince Harry and Meghan took. It's a nothing burger, and it just shows the racism that is going on very openly at these different countries, and it shows how petty King Charles is in trying to go after this. This is a Commonwealth country he's going after. So I think all Commonwealth countries need to be aware that this guy is not your friend. This guy is not your friend. He doesn't want to help you. He doesn't want to pull you up. He doesn't want to give you a helping hand. He is ready to go strike and beat you down. So, okay, there are other things I could talk about, but I think those are the main things I saw in the media today. And I'd like to know what you think. Let me know, like and subscribe, and I'll give you more about any of these stories if you're interested, or I can talk about other things that you might be interested in. Just let me know if I'm missing some of your favorite things that you want to have more information about. Okay, like and subscribe. Bye.